Hey y'all, how you doing today? All right. What we're looking at here is another Mopar small block V8 distributor, points distributor, as you can see, and um, this one came from another junk engine. This one, as you can see, I've already got the vacuum canister here loose, and I've made some recent discoveries about the previous distributor and this one here. Okay, first of all, the previous distributor I was working on, turn this around. The previous distributor I was working on, I still haven't run the numbers on that, but I will, and I will let you all know what that came from. But the previous distributor, I've had kind of this little epiphany of what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to take that one, and I might go and take everything out of this distributor here and put in that one. Okay, put in that old housing, and then I'm going to take this distributor and I'm going to make it into an electronic distributor. Okay, and I'm going to show you all how to wire up the electronic ignition on your vehicle. I'm just going to like lay it all out here on the workbench and show you all how to do that, but that's going to be a little bit later. Okay, right now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on like disassembling this distributor. Let me get this turned around again. And we're going to focus on disassembling this distributor, and I'm going to show you what to look for when you are like in the salvage yard or something like that, and you're looking for one of these. And okay, so let's get started. I know you'll probably be seeing my breath. That's because it's cold out here. It's winter. And it's cold and I'm bored, and well, winter sucks. So there you go. But first of all, I've got to do a little housekeeping here. I got to put away a few things, and I want to and get some things put away here so that I've got a little bit better work area to work in. Okay, so I'm going to pause this and I'm going to come right back and show you all a lot more. Okay, y'all, we're back. And let's see. I got my workspace cleared off here now, so I can focus on this. All right. Now, a couple things you need to be looking for when you're looking at these distributors. One is you want to make sure that it will turn over. As you can see with this one, I can turn it, but oh man, it takes everything I got. So there is corrosion down inside this body. I'm going to fix that. That's not a problem. It just needs to be cleaned out. Secondly, you want to make sure, you see how I can turn that like that? You want to make sure that you can do that. That's part of the advanced mechanism. Okay? So you want to make sure that you can turn that distributor, the upper shaft, free from the bottom shaft. Okay, so there's two parts to this. There's this upper portion, which I'll take this part right here. There's this upper portion, and then there's the lower shaft. So that is something that is very important. You want to make sure that they're both free. Okay, now that also applies to the electronic ignition distributors as well. Make sure that they aren't locked up or seized up either. Okay, this one still has its little felt. These usually get lost or destroyed or whatever, but it still has this little felt that just rests down inside here. And what you're supposed to do is load this thing up with oil, and it keeps everything lubricated down in there. Okay, so all right, now next, there is a little clip down in here, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to spray this down. And, okay, there we go. A little deep creep down in there. And I'm going to go ahead and get some of these screws loose. Now, this one I've already come in here and broke it loose. So now also, most all of these distributors, they used Phillips head screws. So if you see like flat straight screws, you know something's up. And also a lot of these distributors had this tag, this metal tag right here. I think it's aluminum, but it has that kind of that copper brass coating look on it. So there you go. It's advisable don't lose the tag. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Have to reposition this. And I'm going to have to get my impact on that. Let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. All right. I got this broke loose. I just took a hammer, hit the end of the screwdriver, the handle a couple of times, jarred it loose. So there we go. All right, there we are. Now you notice it uses these short, all of the screws are relatively short. They're not really big, long screws. All right, so, and they got the washer captured on the screw there as well. So, about 2, maybe 3 screws holds that this plate on, or in the distributor, I should say. Just work this wire out. I'm going to probably clip this end off because it's pretty crusty. Yeah, it's not very good. So I'm going to put a new end on it, something considerably better. So, all right, next. Okay. All right. Can we go ahead and get this guy out of here? Let's see. Okay, got to move a little bit. There we go. All right. When you're working with this stuff, you gotta have patience. That's just all there is to it. You just gotta have patience. Because if you're not, you're just gonna get very frustrated, and you're gonna throw stuff away, basically. But like I've said in my videos before, patience is a strength, and it's a virtue. It's definitely a strength, and you can build patience by just, not putting yourself in any sort of real rush, where you have to have it out like, right now. If you can. Let's see. There we go. All right. All right. About what I thought. Okay. These distributor bodies, they usually have this pin, okay? And they have a corresponding notch in this plate. Right there, you see? That corresponding notch. There is a pin, like a roll pin, right behind this spring clip that holds the distributor cap on. Okay, you see that pin sticking out right there? Just right. Well, let me get my screwdriver. Point it out to you. See that pin right there? That corresponds with a slot in this plate. Now, if you'll notice, this plate has 2 of those notches. So do not, if you get it wrong, you're going to know. And you're probably going to be pretty upset with yourself. So, now, before we go any further, I want to address, wow, look at all that crud coming out of there. Okay, I want to address the rough condition of the body. Like I said, this thing came off of a junk engine, been sitting outside for a long time, and it had seized right here. Now, for like months, I'd been spraying this down with all kinds of penetrating lubricant. Unfortunately, It took some real muscle to get this thing to move. Okay, so that's why this looks as rough as it does. Now I can take a file to some of this and dress it up and make it look at least decent. But one little trick I taught myself was when this is in there, when these are in there like they are, use a wedge, a wood wedge, and wedge it in between like the intake and the block, and just hammer this thing in there, and it will lift this thing out of there. Okay, so that is one way to do that. And then when you start doing that, you can start working a screwdriver, the flat tip of a screwdriver in there, and that'll be like a further wedge to lift this thing on out of the hole there. Okay? All right. So, let's see. Can I get that little wire clip? There's a little wire clip down inside here that holds this part to the upper distributor. Okay? Now you can see how that all works right there. Okay? So, you can see how that works, and which that's really nice. Now on the previous distributor, you may recall that I took apart, this was all seized up. So I'm going to clean this out right here so I can see that. See if I can see that wire clip down in there. Just barely. Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay. All right. Oh, there's an extra little nut that came out of the body of the distributor. Okay. All right. Well, get back to work here. Now, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to take this son of a gun apart, get it all apart, and then in a later video, I'm going to clean it all up and get this ready for all the electronic parts that's going to go in here, okay? So, let's see. I need to, let's see. I think I'm going to use my little picks from my pick set to get the that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think these will work. Let's see. Yeah, this might work right here. All right, this is going to be kind of slow going, so I'm going to pause this. I'll be right. Okay, y'all. Finally got that little wire clip out of there. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just this simple little U-shaped wire clip. It goes down in there and holds this on. There's a groove that it fits into, and down inside that little hole is not a lot of working space, so it is tedious, to say the least. Okay. Now, okay, this is all looking pretty darn good here. I know it looks cruddy to you all, but these flyweights, they're able to fling out really, really quickly. Now, you might recall in the previous video, this part of the shaft is bent, so getting the points to function on the old that other distributor was just not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one apart like that one, because the shaft does have to come out, and I'm going to drive this punch out. Yeah, I think I'll just use this side right here and just drive that punch the rest of the way, all the way out. Let's see here. I think that would probably work right there. Clean some of the crud off. Now there's a roll pin that I'm driving out right here, so what I'm going to do is drive this roll pin out the rest of the way. Okay, caught it right there. It's just a small little roll pin, nothing real big or anything like that. Just your regular average roll pin. Okay, but it holds this little plastic sleeve on, just a retaining sleeve. That's all this is. I'm going to get some sandpaper and I'm going to clean this all up and get all this crud off here, so that way I can get this. I've got a better chance of getting the sleeve off without damaging it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. All right, I've got the shaft cleaned up here just a little bit. Now I'm going to start driving that shaft out down this way. See if I can get it to move. Well, this one is stubborn, isn't it? Okay. All right. There we go. Have to just do it like this. All right, it's coming. Yeah, there we go. It's coming right along. Let's see. I'll go ahead and take this flyweight off if I can. There we go. And get that son of a gun off there. Have the corrosion. Wow. Saved another one of them. Most of the time, these just fall apart. Okay. You know, the corrosion is just like pretty severe down in here. So, all right. Let's see. Can I put just a little something on there? Maybe it'll help just a fraction. You know, this one's pretty stubborn. There's the other flyweight. There we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. There we are. All right, it looks like the bushing came with the shaft. Oh, yeah. So that's what happens sometimes. Yeah, this is the bushing. You can look down inside the housing right here, and that bushing is not in there. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out a way to get this bushing to free up off of the shaft. So, all right, it was turning, so maybe the whole bushing and everything was turning. I don't know. So, anyway, so I'm gonna put that on there. Okay. As you can see, I cannot get this right here to come off of there. So, let's see. I've got to try to be gentle with this. I don't want to destroy this shaft too, so. Isn't always the way. You have to scratch like your face or your eye or your nose or something like that, something along those lines, and you have like all kinds of crud on your fingers. Okay, there comes the bushing. All right, now it's playing nice. It just was very, very, did not want to play nice, did it? Let's put a little more slickum on there so we can get that to come on off the rest of the way. Yeah, it just did not want to play nice at all. So anyway, let's see, can I just tap on this maybe with a screwdriver? Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's coming right on off there. Yep. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I can do this. There we go. Got it on off. Okay. All right. Now, that's unusual. I've never seen that right there before. Big, huge washer like that. It makes me think that somebody may have been in this at one time or another. Let's see. We've got another washer right there. Tell you what, let me spray this down, see if I can clean it off. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit better look right there. Now we can see a little bit clearer. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I also made a nice little discovery the other day when I went and got this distributor out of that engine. When I went and got this distributor out of that other engine, I made a nice little discovery about this vacuum canister that came off the other distributor. This one actually does work. I tested it before, but it was still on the distributor, and it couldn't move the advance or retard plate, so because it was all frozen up. Everything was all frozen up, so seized up. So anyway, there we go. All right. So I've got a good, decent shaft now for that other distributor, which I will use. This one is not like just absolutely, if you remember, I'll tell you what, I've got the other shaft right over here. Yeah, here it is. I'll just compare them to you. Look at the difference. Okay, so I'll go ahead and, can I get this off? No, I can't, but not easily anyway, not quickly. But you can see the difference. I mean, look right here at the top. Look how all the corrosion right there, that's just ate away the metal. And then look down here. I mean, it's really been bad on that one. So, which this one, this came out of a distributor that was completely open to the elements for years. But I was able to get it out, and I was able to get it to turn, so I thought, well, maybe there's some hope there. But, you know, that upper portion just seized up, and there was no hope for that after that. So, okay. All right. Now, a little update on the lights. My fluorescent lights in here in the garage. Now, the only reason I'm saying anything about any of this stuff is because you need to know, you know, I need to pass this information along to you. Now, a while back, I changed out a lot of these bulbs for bulbs from Walmart. 10-pack, LED bulbs that you fit into an existing fluorescent light fixture that you don't have to rewire or anything like that. Need to get a haircut. Okay, but as you can see, I've got one here that's went bad. Okay, and I have 7 more that's went bad. So that's 8 out of 10. That's not a good average. That's not a good average at all. So recently, like the other day, I went to go get these bulbs here. Let me show you. These are from Home Depot, called Halco Pro LED, and I've got 6 of these right now in this light, that light, and that light. And they've been going now for a few minutes. So I'm going to see how these hold up. Okay? If they hold up pretty good, I may have to change all of them out. Okay? But, you know, seems as though that Walmart's quality is sort of hit or miss. So, you know, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can't tell that on the camera, but there is one bulb here that is not functioning. So, anyway, so, yeah, the reason why I was switching to the LEDs, they're brighter, less energy use, and they're more compact. And not only that, they're just like, they just come on, that's it. You know, the fluorescents were having a lot of difficulty in the colder temps, and I didn't really like that. It's just very irritating. So, anyway, all right. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Really, seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart to everybody out there that has subscribed. It just blows my mind that you all are subscribing and you want to listen to this information I'm passing along to you. But that's my job here, is I want to pass along all of this information to you, like, you know, rebuilding this distributor, taking it apart, cleaning it, assessing the damage, assessing what's wrong, fixing those things, and then putting it all back together, setting the points, making sure the points work, cleaning them, cleaning off the corrosion. You know, also, I'm going to probably try to even check this coil to make sure this coil works. This coil came off the same engine as that distributor, so I'm going to show you all how to do that. Okay. I've even got my little multimeter here. So, but tonight I'm going to go ahead and start putting stuff away, and I'm going to start getting. It's getting late and getting to where I don't want to work here. But yeah, I just seriously do really do appreciate everybody for subscribing. It's just it continuously just like surprises me that there are so many people out there that actually want to hear what I am putting out here. But if you like this, of course, you know what to do. You know, the whole, you know, like, subscribe, you know, share, all of that stuff, you know. But also, if you have any questions, post them down below. I'll do my very best to answer your questions and all of that stuff, okay? Thank you very much. And as always, God bless and have a great one.